All right, well, as of 8 a.m. Sunday morning, the National Hurricane Center has increased the odds for a disturbance in the Atlantic to high for potential chances of tropical development. So let's take a closer look at this thing and talk a little bit more about what we're seeing. So it's a pretty standard situation in the sense that it's another one of those tropical waves that rolled off the western coast of Africa. It's now in the central tropical Atlantic, producing what you can see here on the satellite. That is a large area of disorganized showers and storms. So that is usually an indication that the National Hurricane Center is saying, hey, this looks like it has potential chances of tropical development. Now, right now, it's not looking like anything too promising. In fact, it's only got 10% chance of development in the next 2 days. So we're honestly not really talking about something coming to fruition here by the end of the weekend or honestly by the beginning of the upcoming week either. This is something that's probably going to happen in the longer term forecast. And you can also see that by the area that the National Hurricane Center has outlined. It's saying once this disturbance pushes its way a little bit further west-northwest into the Atlantic, this is the region we should be watching for some potential tropical development. It's got a lot to overcome in this area right here as well. There's a lot of dry air and stable air within this region, so it doesn't have a ton to work with. But again, as it pushes further out towards the west-northwest, that's where some development could be supported. So the National Hurricane Center is saying high chances of development, 70% chance over the next 7 days. By the mid to later portion of the upcoming work week, we could be seeing a tropical depression form. Now, again, a lot of question marks and a lot of waiting that we have to do as we kind of see this system roll out, but not super uncommon to see an uptick in activity as we head towards the second half of September. We just passed the peak of hurricane season. Now, if we're taking a look back on 2024, we also had a pretty good lull in activity heading into the peak of the season. And then after the season, we ended up seeing a pretty big uptick in activity ending with Hurricane Helene at the end of September. So overall, to kick the 2024 season off, we had 6 named storms heading into the peak of the season. Then after the peak, we had 12 named storms. That's almost exactly where we stand for this year. We've already had 6 named storms. Now we are over the peak and still forecasted to have between 7 to 12 named storms in the second half of the season. So overall, this is just something we'll be watching over the upcoming week. We've already had 6 named storms again, so the next name to take would be Gabrielle. It's really just something that we're going to have to pay attention to here heading into the upcoming week.